The Russian and Chinese leaders have cast their countries' relationship as a force for stability as Vladimir Putin hosts a raft of foreign leaders. Russian state media is reporting that representatives of 30 countries are in the southwestern city of Kazan for the BRICS summit. Correspondent Kathleen Calderwood joins us now with more details. Hi, Kathleen. So how significant is it that Vladimir Putin is hosting this summit?
Well, Roz, it's really significant. Last year when this summit was held in Johannesburg, Vladimir Putin decided to attend virtually. He was the only one of the 5 leaders who wasn't there in person. And that's because if he had gone to South Africa, he would have risked arrest. South Africa, as a signatory to the International Criminal Court, would have been obliged to arrest Vladimir Putin because there is, of course, a warrant out for his arrest from that court, accusing him of responsibility over the war crime of transporting Ukrainian children into Russia. So last year, President Putin decided it was too difficult, too complicated to go to South Africa. This year, not only is he attending in person, he is hosting this summit. Now, of course, that gives him the ability to say to the West, well, how isolated have you really made Russia and myself? Look at all these world leaders who are here in town for this meeting that, of course, Russia this year is hosting. It also puts him at the centre of this organisation and these discussions, really seeking to provide an alternative to Western-led institutions for a lot of these member countries, and also will probably give him an opportunity to continue to try and push this idea of moving away from the US dollar as the only currency to trade in, which, if successful, would really dampen the effect of those Western sanctions which have been placed on Russia in response to the war in Ukraine.
And Vladimir Putin has already had meetings with several foreign leaders, Kathleen?
That's right. So he's already met with the Indian leader Narendra Modi and the president of Egypt as well. Now, Egypt is one of the new countries in the organisation. BRICS, of course, is named after its original members: Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. This year it has admitted 4 new countries: Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran and the United Arab Emirates. So he's met with the leader of Egypt, also the leader of the UAE, but most importantly, he has met with the Chinese leader Xi Jinping. Now, Xi Jinping only arrived in Russia yesterday afternoon, so it does seem like it was one of the first things he did was to meet with the Russian president. And despite the war in Ukraine, it seems that the Chinese president is still not really trying to do anything to distance himself from the Russian leader. They have emphasised the importance of the Russia-China relationship and really tried to cast it as a force for stability in the world at the moment, with, of course, the Middle East conflict going on as well. So here's a little bit of what Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping had to say during their meeting.
Russian-Chinese cooperation in international affairs is one of the main stabilising factors on the world stage. We further intend to enhance coordination on all multilateral platforms in order to ensure global security and a just world order.
Over the past decade, Russian-Chinese relations have withstood trials and difficult situations, have come a long way, and have reached an unprecedented level.
Now, everyone else is very eager to see if Xi Jinping and the Indian leader Narendra Modi also have a meeting on the back of a disputed border region in the Himalayas, there being an agreement reached over the clashes that have been happening there. So everyone really waiting to see if there is an official meeting during the BRICS summit of those 2 leaders.